Classification of business activities. In our last video, we saw part A about industry, and today we are going to see the part B about commerce. Commerce is that part of business activity which is concerned with distribution of goods and services produced by industry. It includes all those activities which are essential for maintaining a free and uninterrupted flow of goods. Commerce bridges the gap between producers and consumers by exchanging of goods and services for money or money's worth. Commerce is further divided in trade and auxiliaries to trade. The A part, trade. Trade denote buying and selling of goods and services. Trade is an exchange of goods and services with money or money's worth. Goods are made available to consumers in different markets. Trade facilitates transfer of ownership and possession of goods and services from seller to the buyer. Trade is further classified as home trade or internal trade. In this trade, buying and selling of goods and services takes place within the geographical boundaries of a country. It is conducted with local currency for the exchange of goods and services. It is further divided as follows. The first one, wholesale trade. In wholesale trade, goods are purchased and sold in bulk. A wholesaler purchases in large quantities from the producers and sells in small quantities to the retailers. He is the link between the producer and the retailer. The second one, retail trade. Retail trade in business activity is associated with the sale of goods of the final consumers. A retailer is the one who purchases from the wholesaler or sometimes directly from the producer and sells them in smaller quantities to final consumer. Retailer is the link between wholesaler or sometimes manufacturer to ultimate consumer. The next is foreign trade or external trade. When trade takes place between different countries, it is known as foreign trade. When boundaries of two countries are crossed, then different currencies are used. It is further divided as first one, import trade. When goods and services are purchased from another country, it is called as import trade. Second one, export trade. When goods and services are sold to foreign buyers, then it is called as export trade. Third one, Entrepot Trade. It is the combination of import and export trade. It involves importing the goods from one country and reselling these goods to another country. Example, Indian seller importing goods from Japan and re-exporting same goods to Africa. Now we come to the B part, that is auxiliaries to trade. All those activities that facilitate smooth flow of goods from manufacturing centers to the consumption centers are called aids to trade or auxiliaries to trade. These activities play supportive role. They help in removing hindrances which arise during the production and distribution of goods and services. Following are the various auxiliaries to trade. The first one, transport. The goods are produced at one place, but they are demanded over a wide area. So, goods are to be sent to different places where they are demanded. Modes of transport facilitate movement of men and materials from one place to another. The second one, warehousing. There is a gap between production and consumption. Certain goods are produced throughout the year but consumed only in a particular part of the year and vice versa. In the era of mass production, storage is indispensable. The goods should be stored carefully from the time they are produced till the time they are sold. Special arrangement must be made to prevent the loss or damage. Warehouses are also called godowns. Price is maintained at a reasonable level and there is a continuous supply of goods and services. The third point, insurance. There are various risks involved in the business. The goods may be destroyed while in production process or in transit due to accidents or in storage due to fire or theft. The businessman would like to cover these risks. Insurance companies come to their rescue. They undertake to compensate the loss suffered due to such risk. The businessman has to insure his goods and pay premium regularly. Risk cannot be avoided completely, but they can be minimized by taking insurance policy. The next point, that is the fourth one, banking. Banks supply money. Adequate funds can be obtained from the bank. We require money to start the business and to run it smoothly. Bank provides loans overdraft, cash credit, etc. to businessmen. Banks also provide many services like checks, drafts, debit cards, credit cards, online transactions, and many more. It helps the traders to carry their business activities smoothly. The fifth point, advertising. Advertising is an effective aid in selling the goods. The producer communicates all information about goods and services to create a strong desire in consumer to buy the products. It can be carried in different ways. It can be indoor and outdoor. Communicating with the people when they are in their homes is called indoor advertising. For example, newspaper, radio, television, etc. Communicating with people when they go out from their homes is called as outdoor advertising. Example, posters, hoardings at prominent places, neon signboards, etc. The sixth point, mercantile agents. They bridge the gap between buyer and seller. Customers are scattered over a very wide area. It is not possible for seller to contact the customers. This difficulty is solved by mercantile agents. Brokers, estate agents, etc. are some examples of mercantile agents. The last point, seventh one, communication. Various means of communication such as cell phones, postal services, email are made available. In today's world, there is information explosion. The information has to be communicated. There is a need of communication facilitating the traders, producers, and consumers to exchange information with one another. Hope you all have followed the meaning of commerce and the different classifications in it.